Alright, there we go. Oh, wrong one. Yes, let us continue with my lords. Ah, good stuff.
Sure.
So, you know what? Let's go down here. See what we can scramble. Or gather.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Thick work and rough.
Ah. You know, loves being a druid. These aged walls appear to have once encircled the entire gale. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Examine the wall more closely. The heavy bricks are slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climb, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Giving the right tools, one might reach the top easily. Scale it. You find a handhold upon one of the large stones and start to pull yourself up. But the uneven bricks and oddly angled of ascent make the climb difficult, and after a short distance your arms begin to burn too fiercely. You force you are forced to drop back down to the ground. Damn it. Darn you, stats. Darn you! Alright, here we go. Gilded Vale. Yo, I guess we gotta hit the gym, get that strength up. This place seems cheery. I guess everybody's just hanging in there, I guess.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
I feel right at home.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever conceived a Hollowborn child?
No.
Are you absolutely certain? Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
What?
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
Well, I
His
am a
lordship's
charlatan.
wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
You said something about Hollowboard and Wydrin's legacy before? He blinks. I forgot that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowboard have been a scourge upon Drywood for almost 15 years. He lowers his voice to whisper, children born without souls. Gingers? He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say hollow-born are disease. Some say they are punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Wyden's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. I see. Lord Roderick's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. Before I go, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Edwin's ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some sort of new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Bereft, have mercy. We certainly have. Maybe so. Like I said, it's best to stay away from those sorts of places. Let's see. I've been feeling strange ever since I had a close call with Buick. Is there someone in town who can help me?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak.
Damn.
Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit.
Yes, it is
My
water,
advice,
Alex.
however, is to be satisfied
Because of
with
all
your
my
estate
reading, I'm
and
gonna
leave
have
it
to
at
do.
that.
Okay,
Keep
goodbye.
out of...
Uh-oh. Who the bell tolls?
Listen!
1, 2...
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy. It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same.
Finally,
You
so
should
proud
tread
of you.
carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Yo, what happened? He shrugs only one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. These vagrancies of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of the Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of the Bereth must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze upon you. Does this affect my lord's offer in terms of a new settlement? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you get some rest. The inn or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon. Farewell. I know, I'm reading and expanding my vocabulary. I am going to be a smart boy. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. And yo, Alex, I have Tangent finally set up. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out into a soul. You see a crowded marketplace. Vendors' stalls lined the road. Their proprietors' voices calling out to passers-by to come sample their wares. This woman wanders through The throng strolling hand in hand with another woman. They perused the vendor's goods, tar- tearing at a book merchant with a number of old, beautiful tomes, chatting with one another about what they see. One will pick up a book and show it to the other, who will take it, comment on it, and place it back on the shelf. Then the first will snatch up a book again and quietly pay the merchant before the other can snatch it back. They walk away from the market weighed down by packs filled with books, still hand in hand, standing close, comfortable and familiar with each other. Asmongold gags on water as they pass down a somewhat deserted street. An object suddenly hits this woman in the chest and bounces off, rolling away towards one of the buildings. The woman stops and look at the object. An apple. And then back up at the person who threw it. There is nothing special about him aside from the angry look on his face and the two other apples he holds. Before either woman can move, the man draws back and throws another one at them, this time hitting the second woman in the forehead. He yells at them something dis disruptive and hateful, something about a legacy and about responsibilities. The woman raises her hand to her head and wipes the juice and bits of fruit from her face and stares the man down defiantly. The woman squeezes her hand and puts the other on her companion's shoulders, attempting to calm her down. The other woman pulls a book from her pack and holds it before muttering under her breath. Where was I? She pulls her hand free and waves it above the book, an aura forming around her. The first woman is still trying to calm her down, but all she says goes unheard. The man, uncaring of the events happening in front of him, draws back and throws the last apple. It is acres through the air towards them. The second woman brings up her hand and points at the apple. A glowing orb of energy flies from her hand and strikes the apple, causing it to explode, raining bits of apple down on the road and the building around them. He knows like volatile chemicals. He also believes that he lost his evolutionary spirit by taking a shower. The man's face changes, anger joined by fear, looked like he's trying to decide if running or attacking is the better course of action. The second woman has started chanting again, her hands glowing, her eyes narrowing. The woman steps in front of her, placing herself between her love and the attacker. She touches her face, gently stroking it while whispering calming words. A kiss. The woman's counter count cadence changes. Doesn't he like have jerky in the morning followed by like ice cream if he's good and more jerky, jerky? Wizard scum, the man says behind them. The two women turn to face him, staring him down defiantly. They join hands to begin walking again, moving past him. Hi, they. Step back. Okay, what about this guy? Let's see, reach into his soul. Let's see, keenly. You see a key turn gently and steady. Hear a ghostly click. The door swings inwards. The door, blah, blah. Freeze footsteps. Thief swearing back. Collecting whatever he. What just happened? Hey, what's in here? Oh, I've been caught stealing. Alright, me too. Yo, to be fair, Chipotle is a good meal.
No problem.
I was gonna say, I don't need the town to hate me just yet. Dude, I haven't had Chipotle in a long time. Go for some, actually. Let's see, Vibrant Soul Arch. Damn. Somebody had a lot of time for writing. Oh, hello. We know there's more grain in there, Tumbel. Washington, how's it going?
That's better. Wow. Who the fuck drinks this shit? Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna water the first one, okay, guys? Alrighty. And there we go. I think that's way enough. Maybe a little bit more? Okay, that's plenty, that's plenty. That's too much? No, it didn't drown the plant, man.
We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards come through that door gets shot between the eyes. Guards, hear me? Swelton, I'll put you down like dogs. Come away for now, lads. We'll be back. Tremble, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. Well then, that escalated quickly. What the heck happened here? An elvish man stands before you. His relatively stocky build suggests a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a young man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller rises his club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grasp. Get back if you value your life. Yo, put that down before you hurt yourself. Jumbo only raises the club higher. I mean it! I won't have Swarthern and his lackeys threaten me in my own mill. I'm Ivana Tinkle. I've only arrived in Gilded Vale. Tremble shakes his head. You picked a bad time to come visit. Gilded Vale's had its shrines scraped off. Just a big dung heap now. And Witham thinks...
Yes, it's true. Sue me, Mr. President.
Swithin thinks he's the king of all things. What was all the ruckus outside? Jones shakes his head. Where to begin? Worthington whips them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores, claiming I've hidden away most of it. Hello, bro. Good video. Yo, Gisabev, thank you. I appreciate it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't created out of thin air, and I can't handle it handed out for free. I pay farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swillen and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way to town. The crop's blighted, and most of what I get from the farmers, Tremble gestures to the sacks and containers. It goes off rotting through. You know, I will say one thing. The only way to really prove it, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Mr. Bill Clinton needs to confirm if he if it happened. If you don't want those people in there with torches, maybe you ought to stop lying to me. Truman Blake's taken aback. I'm not. Look, it's no lie. The stores really are low, and with so little grain going around, I have to raise prices for some people. There are folks in town that deserve the far better than Swinton and his lot. People who have done more for Gilded Vale. People like the magistrate? I can't do anything about that, Tremble said in his quiet voice. That's just how it works. Maybe things are different elsewhere. Here, Roderick's men, they keep the village safe, so they eat well. You know, I'm telling you, they need. It's the only way to really confirm it at this point. Ball's in your court, Mr. Former President. You know what to do. See, let's go talk with them. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore. But if you'll have better luck, tell him that we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you convince him. Like, better yet, you know what? Let's get it dragged out. I think Democrats should drag it out, get the DOJ to... Get the DOJ to subpoena Bill Clinton, put him under oath, and ask, Mr. Former President, did you, by any chance, have your commander-in-chief on the lips of the current president? Telling you. Only way to truly prove it. And when he does confirm it, somebody's got to whisper in the George Bush's ear, Sir, a second pair of lips was found around Bill Clinton's tower. And yo, DBGs, how you doing? How you doing tonight there, good sir? I'm doing all right. I had a nice day today. Had some ceviche, which is always good. You hear a voice reaching to his soul and crouching. Oh. You know, hung out with the Ninas, which was nice. Let's see. Caring for some sleep. Unfortunately, not look forward to tomorrow. True, tomorrow's Monday. Monday sucks.
Hail and well met.
See, you mentioned something about your stock being low. Let's see. We don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next three for near on a week now, and haven't seen a sight of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them, or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves. Maybe to make some coin. Totoro snorts, as if that lot would dare. Usually don't have an issue with Mondays. Is it something to do with your brother? Tarn scratches his jaw. If you happen to be heading that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. I will see them safe and sound. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace Lord Radric. Tunamar glances at the nearby guards, and that's as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. We will see it safe and sound. I'd appreciate you trying anyhow. You bring back the supplies at least, and I'll have much more to offer you. A discount to start, and if you do find my workers, you give them a good smack upside the head for me. The house and your brother. Ah. Hopefully it's not as bad as you think. You know? Let's see, that's East Road, that's South. Alright, to the end. Gotta have some faith. Have some faith. As Dutch Planterlin would say. Have some goddamn faith. You see four people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Ooh, fight.
What kind of clothes does a house wear? A dress.
I so wish I had my sound effect right now for that. I'm gonna call it now, try to sleep until 6 a.m. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Alright there, DVGs. Rest easy, stay cheesy. And have yourself a great night. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drinking, but his gaze is focused. You got a lot of gall mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners. Especially not Eridans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Yo, Techno, how's it going?
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister,
boy. That's
you
right, you're a big
cockspinner!
cheesy boy.
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
Oh boy. Fight!
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
Let's see, this is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking that than out here arguing? We don't want your charity either, foreigner. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Alright, let's do that.
Let's go.
Okay, that sucked. Werewolf time. As the last of the attacker falls, the elk turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He strains his hood, and you note the remains of the fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
And within ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A feeling.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Or both. What are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Uh-huh. And you? Let's see. I've been experiencing strange things visibly. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. And he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Let's see. Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Yo, I did, and I want to play it, Alex. I want to. But... internet. You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. It happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. Yo, I should get
How
going.
should I, given recent events? It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Alright, let's go.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Sweet. First follower. Alright, to the end. But funny enough, it's actually one of 2 like games that are actually being published by the same person. I mean by the same company. But I will say, I do like their punishment system if you do break the law in that game. In exchange for less time, you have to be paraded and vegetables thrown at you. It's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. So good to be back. Do not closely guarded secrets. My dearest recipe after this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travel.
Well met, friend.
But hey, how about that Black Ops 7 campaign? Eh? Hello, and welcome to the Innkeeper Looks Up. Oh, it's you. 10th told us what you did to him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. 10th said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So what do you like? I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Let me see. The actual building's been there for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces here too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. 10-foot's the biggest draw, and I'm sure we'll get the big crowds again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name. See? The Black Hound? It's still sitting upstairs, pinned after him. Poor old girl. Pining after him. Place ended up in my hands somehow, she laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Let's see. Reliable help. And looking for work. Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain souls coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone, I'd be happy to send them your way. Later. Let's see. You know what? Fairly well. Ooh, I leveled up. You know, I played the good guy too, except I do with a heart of steel. I mean, something like that.
Welcome.
Don't you know who you are? I don't much care. Keep walking. I'm not here to chat with foreigners. Olaf narrows his eyes careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. He wiggles his nose. Smells like it too. Saw you outside the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fantasizes themselves a meddler, eh? What about? It's about Temple thinks he's king of the town, on account he's got the mill to his name. Dwarf Joel's quivers with rage. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. Let's see. You know, maybe... Let's see. Trimble says you've been friending his family. Oh, I bet he has. All nobility had trembled. Two big, strong kids. Purest souls in all of Gildavale. The dwarf sneers. Cowards send out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him, and we can't afford a good drink on account of him. But we won't be bullied by some foreigners on account of him. Ooh, it's getting a little tense. If you want to fight trouble, let's make it a fair one. Hold on there. Sor raises his hand defensively, Big Eyes. No need to get nasty. We won't go near the mill. Blazes, we haven't done a thing to him. We're just hungry is all. And looks like that isn't changing. Do you want to side with that rotten bastard? Go right ahead. You and this whole fucking town. Well, let's see what Stormbright has to say. Alex, I think you just play you.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Wait, this game has a narrator. What is this, 9 to 5? Alright. Let's go to the mill. If anything, Alex, I think you probably sacrifice people. All in the name of Asmongold and his Pepsi, or whatever he drinks.
Well met, friend.
Themble nods a curt greeting. You're back. Have you any luck with them? I spoke to Sir Worm. Well, it's part of doing God's work. Temple takes a deep breath, and what did he say? I convinced him to leave your family in peace. What? That's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. I owe you a great debt here. He pulls a coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. Today's earnings to show my appreciation, and you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. Glad to help. Now we stand a chance of getting through the year. Trembles smiles broadly. Thanks to you. Safe travels, friend. Let's see. Find the man in the red cloak. Hmm. Don't think we've been here. Ooh, what's his face leveled up as well? Ooh, looks like Freddy Krueger hands. You know what? Give me both of those. Wait a minute, I've been here. Ew. Being an attorney sure looks boring. Yeah, it also seems... it's also thirsty work. I dare say. I think I'm getting the hang of it for the first time. Like, the prior times I feel like I haven't really done my due diligence in learning it, but now I feel like I'm okay. If that makes any sense. Oh, hello. And then one woman is standing in front of you, in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child. For she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Well met, friend.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startling noise once she turns around. Oh, I'm sorry. I was expecting someone else. She gives you a curious smile. How can I help you? I just arrived in Gildavale. I thought I would get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks hopeful. Master Omar's by chance? Why do you... Wait, you knew him? Well, no more than most here. I'd say he doesn't usually come this way, but they say he's a reliable old fellow. She pauses, burrows, throwing... Wait, why do you say new? Oh, he's dead. Alpha recovers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strange, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Celestia was always so certain she could take on any danger. Ufra sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might be alive somewhere. Celeste mentioned that she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Crow looks at you with some surprise before driving her nose with her sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this upon you. It's not a small favor. Oh my god, she wants us to kill somebody. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Celestia as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilvale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Roderick, he's exiled them, calling it a sign of God's disfavor, she sniffs. With my Harriet gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. Hmm. I'll find Ragna for you. Alfred blinks. You will? Oh, God's bless you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's drink she favors out of. Well, I'm not sure. But it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. Asgol's compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying myself. She claps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll you'll be saving us both. She sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through her tears. I will say, I do like the amount of detail that they are giving into the writing. It's very nice. Okay, what's over here? Let's see, that's the south, that's the west. And those dudes know nothing. Actually, you know what? Let's ask this person for a room.
Greetings.
A room, please. You know what? Let's get a good room. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hiss and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inwards like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limpingly to one side as you look at her. She looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake. The foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permitting your nostrils, sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when she spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy appreciation, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Oh my goodness. Have a drink, friend. Nothing worse to do in town. The woman says 10. Okay. Crates. Shane shakes. Ooh.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
You know, it's not stealing if you don't get caught.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Oh shoot, that's stealing. Nope, I'm not stealing anything. Alex is the degenerate that likes to steal. I'm sorry, Alex, but I regret nothing. Aww. Poor puppy. Yeah, where is that dude with the red hood? And don't tell me he's in Gotham. I went through that series.
Eh? Got it. Eh? Let's see. Not the guy we're looking for. I'll take that moss.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. He gives an understanding nod as he ticks a long drag from his pipe. My condolences.
I have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well. My
Damn.
lord has issued an injunction on all new homesteads until he can be assured that the village has been cleansed of all Eothasians and whatever other undesirables that have brought this curse upon his lands. It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I
Yeah,
would
that sounds like
suggest
a you
returning to
problem.
your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay
You know,
at
one-
the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long. I expect
like-
Lord Radric will be most thorough in his efforts to purify this place.
Stop interrupting me. I like to know more about Gilded Vale. We're a frontier village, as are most settlements in the Jer Woods. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days, and the last 15 years have seen our population shrink further. He takes in a ramshackle house and half-fallen fences. Hence, our recruitment of fresh settlers. Indeed. What are the ruins behind the tree? That's what's left of the Temple of Aeos, Epoch's lives. Lord Radric forbade worship of dead gods after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are still plans to reenact it to breath the life of God and death. As the population been shrinking. Wyvern's legacy, of course, many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Roderick decreed that no mother of Hollowborn were allowed to be in Gilded Vale. His mouth tightens into a firm line. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges us from this curse, is it not worth it? Okay, that's enough. Tell me about your Lord Radric. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands in Aradan times. Radric II was an early supporter of Dredden's independence during the Revolution, and the current Lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in Drywood shortly after the war's end. Lord Radric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse of the Gilded Vale. His measure has been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have enough protecting his hair. Saints War, our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Reed Cressa decided that Wydrin, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Githos. Urgent wrinkling his pinched nose. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate Drywood, supposedly from alliances to less worthy gods. But I've never known an army to conquer a land for its people's own good. It's outrageous. I came a long way here. Then you should have no problem continuing on. Trust me when I say it would be best if you were not here when Lord Roderick's men are dispatched from his hold. They will look for anyone who might have brought the legacy upon us. Those very presents might have polluted his wife's womb. They will be extinguish all possibilities. Okay. Alright, let's talk to the Hagendorf. The squat, distended body of an elder dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked that sags at the tug of her nose, the bloated purple flesh of her neck worn away in patches like moth-eaten linens, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You, you perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies beneath you and her new unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to her reach, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images, of words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog. Her body is swaying in the wind you no longer feel from the tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
How are you speaking to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I need to understand something that happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Well, what is a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
I am imagining this.
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wonder anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be.
You know, what do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
Already have that. She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuffle of long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks. You know,
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kanua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived a Beowick. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success.
Well, that's obvious.
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Alrighty, farewell, lady.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Okay. Moth looks at you through narrow eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. I'm a watcher. His arched brow recedes into his hoodie. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin. And I expect that explains how you survived the Bewick, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know about... What do you know about Watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insight into certain soul conditions. He coughs, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on.
17 and a half.
What? The smell of pipe smoke out one earthly and sweet. Wind its way into your nostril. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair, leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks at you directly in the eyes, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a particular smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
All frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in dwarf woman? He looks at you. He looks at you a moment. His brow arched. His smirk broadened.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
You know, I've been out of sorts lately. Of course, we all got our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Wait, the war? The Saints' War, the only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Eos, overthrows red seed, marches on dry wood, so we gave him a dry wood hello. Who is Ethos? God of rebirth and redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Yo, other questions. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Project sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Colson, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and here, they would hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my head man, he stepped up and said they took him at his word. What's this town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Vathus worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Ruth.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Olaf glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Yo, what are you still doing here then? Drinking mostly? Yo, we could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Kednu. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help
I
me.
remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, There'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that.
Yeah, we just had a
But
conversation.
truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever had one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Sweet. Is there any way to track these? Alright, you know what? I am gonna take these dudes. And we're gonna go see that one guy at the top of the thing. Because maybe he was the guy I'm looking for. In Valewood. Yeah.
Hey. Of course.
Yeah, you up. You're probably strong. You know, as Eora didn't climb up, there we go. Aaron finds a hold, stumbles quickly, arrives at the top of the wall. Yes. What about this dude? Yeah, maybe I need to go back, see what's up with that. So I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah? No problem.
And now I forget how I get down. Right, back over here. It's weird, I found the red hooded guy before. Just don't know where he is now. Definitely strange. Definitely strange. Hmm. See, went there, nothing, nothing. No. You know what? Let's try here. Maybe it's here. And this will be the last quest we do for tonight. So I don't think I've been in here. Well, Red Hood. This man and woman appeared to be have been in deep conversation working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses. Her smile falters a little.
Good day to you.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, Burrows, frowning with confusion. Do you know this woman, Nanton? Nanton shakes his head. I don't believe so. Was there something you wanted, stranger? The cloak. I've seen it before. You killed the man in the cave. You Are you accusing him of something? Enron looks to Nanton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving for Percival's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. You know, I have no patience for liars and cowards. Nanton flinches, but meets your gaze. After a moment, he sets his jaw and nods. Fine, I confess, I did it. I saw to it he never leave that cave. His hand falls to his sword belt. And I'd do it again. Nanton, wait. Aaron shakes his head. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Apparently, my husband, he was a beast. He was as much as a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Nanton, we met, and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, someone who cared. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at her satchel. We have some coins saved up. You can have it. If you'll only let us go. You know what? Keep your money. Start a new life. Everyone blinks surprisingly. Then, thank you. Truly, I'm glad you understand. Only here. Take this at least. I hope it brings you luck. She looks to Nanton, smiling. We have a long journey ahead of us. You gain an item. Minor ring of deflection has been added. I wish you well in your own travels, stranger. We won't forget this. And last, another quest completed. Alright. Let us save. And delete all this stuff first. So I should probably get to bed. And we'll continue this tomorrow. Until then, rest easy. Stay cheesy. And I'll see you all later. Peace.